Okay, morning. Okay, morning. As you can see behind me, Michelle here again in Ghana. As you can see, my surroundings, it's very early in the morning in Ghana. And Michelle, I have on a silk robe. Yes, not because I'm cold or even cool, but it's not a hot morning yet. But I can't take any more bites. I just don't want to be distracted by any bites this morning, and I want to quickly do a video. And this is another one still addressing the resident permit. I did a video. I guess I could probably call this part 2. I needed to clarify some things and emphasize some others, maybe having to do with overall thoughts on the whole process and issues surrounding the process. Oh, let me show you this side of the yard. You see how it looks? To me, it's just spectacular. So I am not showing you the fog. I'm not used to fog, or I don't know what fog is. I'm just sharing with you what it looks like, what my environment now looks like. But all right, let me get to what I'm saying. I checked the comments on the video I posted about the permanent residency process, costs, and so on. I have a lot of thoughts now. In retrospect, I have a couple questions in my mind about how I ended up paying so much for the 4 of us when we arrived here. Did the person who guided me to this agent, because I think it's an agent, did the person pay that same agent similar funds? It was 2 years prior, maybe not as much, but you know, somewhere heading to that figure, right? I'm just ruminating in my head now that I am here on the ground and I have now researched, gotten quotes from more than 2 persons or more than 1 person. So I'm doing my own thing now. So I'm doing my own checking. And the dilemma I'm facing is because the person who told me that the immigration office charges $60 is somebody who also did theirs, right? And one of the cautions she gave was, do not stay on the line if when you call the immigration office they say to you, hold on, let me put you through to someone who can assist you. The obvious thing here is when you call the immigration office itself, maybe when you go in it's different, but when you call, it's concerning to realize that they themselves, the persons who work there themselves, will put you to someone outside who is an agent. All right? Someone else commented that the cost they paid to renew is $550 US, which of course is definitely cheaper by much, yeah. But I got a quote from a Ghanaian agent who says, because this $550 US is 5,000 something, right? Closer to 6,000 Ghanaian cedis, right? And if there's this almost 6,000 Ghanaian cedis to renew, then why do I have an agent who gave me a quote for 3,538 GHC? And not just that, I got broken down prices. So 150 for the health thing, which is 1,650, 1,500 for the processing fee, 300 and something for something else. But it was broken down so that I would know exactly what I'm paying for with the 3,538 Ghanaian cedis. That was for 1 year. What concerns me also is the quote from the agent last year covered all of those fees, yes, but she, the agent at the time, also made it a point to let me know that I could only get 1 year because I was new to Ghana. Except that since then I have met at least one person who, when they got here, they paid way less through somebody who's probably an agent. Maybe they're in a direct position to influence the cost to my favor and their favor because of who they know. But that person and people, you know, that I just got a bite on my fingers. I'm hoping nothing bites me on my feet, but I just got a bite on my fingers. Okay, so if the 3,538 covers for 1 year, for 3 years you're looking at 9,000 something, right? But the quote I just got for my renewal that is coming up I was advised to wait until closer down to the expiration time, that is closer to June, and the price may change based on the US dollar rate, but based on what I've been seeing here, you know, the fluctuations in the value, I don't foresee that going all the way up to 11 to 1, right? Well, it could be, because right now it's at 10.98. But even if it goes up to 11, that is still not, if it's a 900 now with the current rate, I don't foresee that going all the way up to some of the prices I'm hearing. And I can apply and get 3 years. So the point I'm making is there is a systematic I don't want to use the strong word of extortion. I don't want to exploitation. Is exploitation gentler? I don't know why I'm trying to be gentle. I guess there are many persons who are going to be saying that I am tearing down Ghana. I am not tearing down Ghana. I am just saying that in my mind, based on this current situation, based on the fact that I went to a government office to buy seeds to plant, and I was quoted at 200 cedis for the seeds, which I really do think is expensive. If you are trying to encourage even diasporans to grow stuff, but then again, that's just me hoping that's something that they're thinking. But there are systems in place to systematically strip us of our finances. And I'm starting to believe it's not just the Ghanaians on the ground. Well, the ones who do it. Not every Ghanaian does it. But there are systems in place to strip us of what we have. The annoying thing is we worked for it. I have worked since I was 17, 18. I've been working since I left high school. Every achievement I paid for. Every achievement I paid for. I came from a family who was not in a position to even pay for subjects. But when I left San Diego, I had to pay for everything after that. So I did some receipts. I think I did principles of business. I told myself I couldn't pass maths. I hate maths. Still do. I have paid my way. I think I've paid my dues. And I am happy to be here. I embrace everything here, the good with the bad. But it is sad to realize that there are systems in place that try to strip you of what you worked for. And that is what I am facing here. So the only option for me is to just navigate as best I can. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to run back to the US. I'm not going to run back, going to another Western country. And I'm not going to run back to Jamaica. I'm going to be staying here. However, where this resident permit is concerned, and not just the permit, other things that you probably need, where this resident permit is concerned, it is clear that it's not just getting 2 or 3 quotes. It's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as going to the government immigration office, because if you are charged $250 at the government office, I don't know if the Ghana office, the Cape Coast immigration office charges more than the Accra, for instance. But if an agent who is likely to charge me more than the government office is charging 150 cedis to do a medical exam, why is the government office price so high? That's like 100 cedis more. And if, as a new person, I was told I couldn't get more than a year, why is it that some persons are getting 2-3 years as first-time persons, legitimately stamped in their passport, of course? And why is it at this point I'm being told that I can get up to 5 years? If I pay for it, I am expected to pay for it. But right now, for 5 years at 900 cedis, you're looking at 4,500 Ghanaian cedis, which is still cheaper than my little friend there who commented that she paid 5,500. Well, technically, I was going to quote Ghanaian cedis, but $550 for 1 year. With this renewal, I think I need to find out if, because remember, one of the things, I know they have suspended the rollout of the citizenship requirements that they did recently, but one of the requirements was at least 2 years on a permit. That suggests that at some point you can get more than 1 year for your permit. But people, it's not as straightforward as, and this is just me saying, it's not as straightforward as getting 3 quotes. It's like you have to navigate, not just question. You have to, because this person, now I'm thinking of using him, the person who got the 3 years from my friend. And if he's offering me 3 years, 900 cedis each, even if it's 1,000 cedis for each of us for 1 year, that is still 3,000 cedis, which is less than that last quote I got for 3,538. And my 3,000 would still be getting me, even if it's 3,500, even if it's 3,600, that's 3,600 for each of us. That 3,500 or 3,600 is getting me 3 years on the resident permit, right? So it is cheaper than the quote I got for 3,538 for the year. And I keep going on about it because it just boggles the mind, you know. I don't want to keep repeating the same information over and over, but I just wanted persons to understand where my mind was going with this current dilemma that I'm in. And of course, every time you take a step and you are thinking of paying out money for whatever service it is, there is the fear that you're going to lose because you're going to find someone who gives you a better quote. Yeah, it's not a nice situation to be in, not a nice headspace, but I don't want to drag this video out anymore. So I just wanted to reach out and say that, say what I said, and to say again, is a systematic stripping of our finances. Just my opinion. All right, see you in another video. Michelle here in Ghana. A foggy, this is Friday. I'm in Ghana. I'm not sure I'm going to be chopping today, cutting with my cutlass, machete. I may be making another table or a seating. Explain that in another video. I'll see you.